Objectives for the ocular visit. To know the area where the activity will be conducted, to examine and familiarize all parts of the area, and to determine if a certain area is safe or not. Objectives for the house-to-house interview. To ask series of questions to the community regarding their personal information in order to gather data that will soon be used for the upcoming events to be conducted by our class. Objectives for the gift-giving activity. To help the community with their needs, physically and mentally. To provide their temporary needs and to make their lives a bit comfortable by the things we intend to give them.
Of top, wala kang dapat itago. Walang isyong iiwasan. The hottest 15 minutes of prime time. Aquino and Abundant.
All the hottest news in town. Talked about issues and controversies you better know. Within a couple of minutes, this is Mae Anne, your guest host for today. And this is Aquino and Abundant tonight. Hello! Greetings mga kapamilya. As you can see, wala si Tito Boy and si Ate Chrissy because they're not feeling well. Well, so I will be your host for today. To start with, let me introduce to you our guest for today. Please watch this.
Let me take a selfie.
Camellia Northpoint, Bahada, Davao City to tackle their outdoor experience and their purpose of rendering such service. Please welcome our RMTs in the making. A round of applause to their unconditional service to the community of Isla Suerte, Times Beach, Ecoland, Davao City. Let me start by saying, how was your visit in the area?
It was fun and it was worth remembering.
It was fun, amazing, and exciting.
I was so thankful about that activity because I learned a lot of things like how fortunate I am and how blessed I am to have those kind of lessons.
It is a heartwarming experience that each and every one of us are helping those who are in need, especially to those unfortunate people in the island of Isla Suerte.
So, what were the services you rendered as of this very moment at the area of Isla Suerte?
As of now, we are done with the ocular visit, house-to-house survey, and gift giving.
So, what were the reasons why you conducted these activities? Let's start with the ocular visit.
Its main purpose is so that we may be able to familiarize ourselves with the area so that when we will be dispersed, we will know where to go and identify the scope of our interview. It is also because we want everyone to participate in identifying the better way to offer ourselves and that we may be able to fulfill the objectives of this ocular visit.
You mentioned about its objectives. What were its objectives then?
Our objectives is recognition of the dilemmas in the assigned area of the community, especially their health problems which are most concerned as we are medical students. We also intend to see the current geographical situation of the community and to be able to make a vicinity, a map, and a floor plan to this place.
Now, I get it. For the house-to-house interview, what were your goals and purposes? Why did you conduct such activity?
The house-to-house interview became part of our course outline because we want to identify the health problems of the members or each of the members inside the community. will also help us to identify the common sources of the common diseases, both communicable or even not. And the data that we have gathered will also be essential for the planning of our other activities. For example, the gift giving. The data will help us decide what gift will be given to them depending on their needs and necessities for each family. And all the data that will be collected are gathered through the survey questionnaire.
Mentioned a while ago about the house-to-house interview. What were its objectives then?
We wanted to ask the questions regarding the information provided by the course to the families in the community. With the accuracy of the data, we often aim for the full participation of the families by answering the questions properly and honestly. Finally, we intend to accomplish the house-to-house survey within a given time limit with accuracy and discernment.
That's nice to hear. Let's talk about your last activity, the gift giving.
The main purpose of this gift giving is to give our chosen community a boost in terms of their daily needs, such as their food intake, and to make them feel special this time of year, Christmas.
What were your objectives for the gift giving activity?
We aim to make the community happy despite of hardships they are experiencing in all means. We also wanted to personally realize that not everyone is fortunate as we are. Finally, we want to share the things that we chose in the community was lucky.
You guys really are generous in your own way. Up next, we will know what they learned from their experiences, and let us listen from their commentaries and reactions about the activities. Only here in Aquino and Abunda tonight.
Aquino and Abunda tonight.
Jai Jai Mosquitero for satisfaction and pleasure.
Do I look good? Guido from bench.
Gusto mo? Gusto mo ng chicken fillet? Gusto mo talaga? Gusto mo talaga ng chicken fillet? Eh di bumili ka sa Makdo!
The new chicken Makdo.
Aquino and Abunda tonight.
Welcome back, mga kapamilya. Before we had our break, we asked them about their learnings and reactions as a group. I think they had enough to think about it and collate it as a group. Let's ask someone to become a spokesperson per activity. Let's start with the learnings of their ocular visit.
Because of the ocular visit, we were able to identify the basic needs of the community and the problem that we are facing, like the lack of personal hygiene, the lack of cleanliness of their environment. We reflected and we are able to realize how lucky we are compared to them to avail a better and safe location of our families. We also discovered that the current situation of the area and also its geographical condition.
For the house-to-house interview, we were able to identify the problems in the community, like there are more people whose habits are on drinking beverages than smoking. People there were able to eat 3 times a day despite the difficulty of their lives, maybe because they are aware that meals are important. There are more children than adults in the community. Fortunately, some of the families there practice family planning. Also, we were able to know the importance of surveying before conducting any activities in the community.
On a gift-giving activity that we made, we learn and we realize a lot of things. Some of this is that there are always people who are less fortunate than us. We also learned that a simple gift, like ones that we gave, like the rice and the sardines, for them it was really something for Christmas.
Well, that's good to know that you weren't just there doing what you intend to do, but you also learned something from it. For now, guys, what were the reactions that you've come up as a group?
We accomplished our goals and we thank God we got home safe and sound. As we observe the community, it lacks personal hygiene and sanitation. They don't have a proper place for a big gathering like what we did with the gift-giving activity. There are many children in the community and they were in the coastal area, so that we think that they experience a lot of overflowing of sea level.
All the people in the adopted community were willing to interview. There were people who think our survey was just a waste of time. Most of the people ignoring us were those who think are fortunate already. Around 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. was arresting, so we were kind of afraid to disturb their slumber. There were also people who took us for granted, so we think they're not interested and may not able to answer each question accurately with honesty. We observed that there were many of them willing to become interviewee at around 4 p.m. So we grabbed the opportunity to conduct the survey to them and end up not actually late in our next class.
Last for the gift-giving activity, it was very tiring, yet it was fun. Before the said activity, we packed the gifts. It was also tiring, but it was also fun. After packing it, we prepared it for the upcoming gift-giving. During gift-giving, we really exert effort on making the activity successful as what we perceived it. When it is the time to give the gifts, all of our tiredness were gone, and it is because of our delightful smile. They were very nice to watch, and the activity really helped the community and also helped us to realize that the things we have now make us more blessed.
And that wraps up our day. Mga kapamilya, tune in next week for another inspiring interview. And we will pray for the comeback of our top duo, Tito Boy and Ate Crazy. Get soon po. My name is Mae Anne Mamugay, and this is Aquino and Abunda Tonight.
Aquino and Abunda Tonight.
What's the purpose of conducting these three activities?
The purpose of conducting this three activity is to know the situation of our community, to know their health, and to know the problem of the community.
So what have you learned from it?
I learned that helping people is amazing. And the purpose of those activity is for us to help people there in the community and give a simple gift to them, and yun lang siguro.
So finally, what's your reaction, or what can you say about the community or what your activities?
Sa community, yung ocular visit, makikita naman natin, as we can see, na yung community is maraming problema. Their surroundings, the children, their health. And then, ang masasabi ko lang is, they need to be oriented about their environment and their community. And then yung sa gift giving naman is masaya because we can see people happy, smiling, receiving our simple gift.
Would that be all, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
I'm staring out of my window and the rain is pouring down. When you left, I was so low, but I'm not gonna drown. I don't need no shoulder. I'm gonna be a soldier. I just wanna feel something I don't understand.
To all of us present here, so we could cooperate and join camaraderie and love for the greater glory of your name. We ask
Pasensya na doon kayo nakagawan, hindi mo nito mag-iko. Kana, una doon sa tanan, nagpasaylo doon ko last week, kami aking simana, kay Brad.
Overthinking of how
ang inyong mga proyekto.
I'm gonna be a soldier. I just wanna feel something I don't understand. I'm just gonna run right through the rain. I'm just gonna dance right through the pain. I just wanna feel that rhythm, feel that drum. Let my heart beat louder, let my heart speak louder than my head. Heart beat louder than my head. Heart speak louder, wanna feel that rhythm, feel that drum. Let my heart beat louder, let my heart speak louder than my head. Letting go, yeah, it feels so good, so right. Oh, all I know is that I let my heart speak louder.